Okay, I have my 2007 PT Cruiser here. I'm going to be replacing this rear brake light we got out. It's over here on the passenger side, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the bulbs and the tools we're going to be using here. Okay, so the only tool that you're going to need is a flat. You'll look down here, you'll notice that it's got a kind of a funky looking little screw, but a flat will work just fine. Now this is going to be your brake light. This up here, this amber one, is your turn signal, but this is the one that is out in this particular situation. Now this calls for a 3157 to replace this. However, now I've got this is what I have just handy, so I'm going to put this in there. It will work. I don't know what the difference would be in it specifically, but I've got one of those, so I'm just going to put it in there for now. But a 3157 is what it calls for. So we'll just go ahead now. We're going to remove this lower screw, and it's really easy to get in here to this. Now once you get that screw out, you've got a clip over here, and you got like a clip right up here, but it kind of, like the way it snaps in here, you kind of have to like give it a push up a little bit. And so I like to just give it a push up and kind of start right under here carefully with my fingers and just start pulling up a little bit. And so you don't want to get, and just kind of like tilting it out from that side. And you can see there's a clip, and there's the clip down there. And you can see how it kind of, they go under those spots there and there, and it just locks it in place. And then these line it up with these areas right here, and it just kind of holds it in there. It actually fits in there pretty snug. So once you get that loose, we can pretty much just set this here, and you'll just turn this quarter turn counterclockwise, quarter turn. You don't have to remove the connector. Now it doesn't matter on this bulb if you touch it or not, because it's no good. But you will want to get you either some tissue paper, or get yourself a pair of throwaway disposable gloves, and do not touch yourself or anything. And getting oils on those gloves, you're going to be very upset when this light burns out in a couple weeks. So we're going to go ahead and get our other bulb. I'm going to get some gloves on here first, though. We'll just set this one aside for now. And yes, it says right there 3157, if you can read that. That's small writing, but that is the original. But we're going to put that one in there for now to get this thing working. Okay, so I got myself some gloves, make sure they're clean. And I'm just going to get in here and get this. And, just try not to touch the bulb any more than you have to. Like I said, this is a 3057, and there's nothing to it. It wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of bulb grease, but you'll just push it in there. And I can't really do this one-handed. I normally like to push on these little plastic tabs, but I don't want to break it, so I'm going to have to set my camera down here. Okay, so that's all there is to it. Just push that in there. There's no particular orientation other than just putting it in there. The way that it fits into the slot doesn't matter which way you flip it around or whatever. So we've got it pushed down in there, and it's fully seated. I went ahead and tested it before putting this back together. I had someone apply the brake light to make sure, in fact, that this was working, because you could have another problem with this piece here, or your wiring or something else. So you want to make sure that it is in fact the bulb that is the problem. So putting this back in here, it only goes a certain way. Got the big slot right there. We'll put that right in the big slot, and then the two smaller ones will line up there, and then you'll just tighten it quarter a turn, twist, and it'll stop. And that's all there is to it. So now we just go ahead and take this and flip it, and so we'll get our little slots lined up. Let's start with the top. We'll get that lined up into its little spot and kind of push up. I'm pushing like upwards on this while I'm working it in. You can see that tab right there. It's got a pop below that, and you can feel it snap. And you can see that the hole is lining up perfectly there. And you know, if it's loose in there, then you may have a problem with these tabs. You may have missing tabs or something. And I've also noticed with aftermarkets that they didn't fit as well as these OEMs. So anyways, all we got to do is go ahead and tighten this screw up here, and then we'll just check it again and make sure that everything is still working, and we'll be all finished up. Okay, so there it is, all back together. We got that brake light working again. You can see how simple it is, and all you need is a flat screwdriver to do this. Very easy access, very easy to replace yourself. So like I said, if you found the video helpful, please give it a like, and as always, I invite you to subscribe. Thank you for watching.